Kelly lived a happy life in a peaceful suburban home with her husband Nathan and their 5-year-old son Liam. In the backyard, there was a small sandbox where Liam loved to play, and Kelly would often smile as she watched him through the kitchen window. One sunny day, Kelly and Liam were enjoying a picnic in the yard. Liam held his toy car, laughing with innocent joy. "Mommy, look. My car is so fast," he said with a big smile. "It sure is, Liam. Your car is super speedy," Kelly replied gently, patting his head. Just then, Nathan returned home from work. Though he looked a bit tired in his suit, his face lit up when he saw Liam. "I'm home," Nathan said. "Welcome back, Nathan. How was your day?" Kelly asked. "Well, it was busy, but seeing your faces makes all the exhaustion melt away." Nathan gave Kelly a kiss and scooped up Liam. "Daddy, will you play with me today?" Liam asked, his eyes full of hope. "Of course, buddy. But first, I need to take a shower. What did you play today?" As Nathan asked, Liam began happily recounting his day. Kelly wished this moment could last forever. She cherished her family's bond above all else, and these peaceful days were the source of her happiness. As she listened to Nathan and Liam's innocent conversation, Kelly silently offered a prayer of gratitude in her heart. However, those tranquil days came to a sudden end. One morning, as Kelly was preparing breakfast in the kitchen, Nathan approached with a troubled expression. "Kelly, we need to talk," he said. "What's wrong?" she asked, feeling uneasy. "Well, it turns out my mother is moving in with us. She called out of the blue yesterday, saying it's become too hard for her to live alone." Kelly was stunned by Nathan's words. "Isn't this too sudden?" "We haven't prepared anything," Kelly said, perplexed. "I'm surprised too, but apparently there's already a truck with her things parked in front of our house." Nathan continued apologetically. At that moment, Liam came running from the living room. "Mommy, did someone come over?" he asked innocently. "Yes, Liam. Grandma is going to live with us from now on." Kelly tried to sound cheerful, but a slight unease seeped into her voice. Rachel, Nathan's mother, stepped out of the truck in front of the house. With her usual stern expression, she walked towards Kelly. "Good morning, Kelly. I hope you've made some preparations to welcome me," Rachel said in a domineering tone. "Good morning, Mother. Things aren't quite ready yet, but I'll help as much as I can." Kelly replied politely, but anxiety grew within her. As Rachel entered the house, she looked around and joked, "From now on, you all are my maids." Suddenly, Liam started trembling. When Kelly asked, "What's wrong?" he just answered, "Nothing," while his lips quivered. Seeing Liam like that, Kelly intuitively realized something bad was beginning to unfold. Several weeks have passed since Rachel moved in. Kelly noticed Liam's demeanor becoming stranger by the day. He played less often with the bright, innocent joy he once had, and would frequently show a fearful expression, silently terrified of something. One afternoon, Kelly found Liam playing alone in the yard. He sat in the sandbox, absently gathering sand with his small hands. A sad shadow crossed his face. "Liam, what's the matter? You don't seem like yourself," Kelly said gently. Liam glanced up at her for a moment but quickly averted his eyes. "It's nothing, Mommy," he said, his voice trembling. "It can't be nothing, sweetie. Won't you tell Mommy about it?" Kelly knelt down to meet his gaze. But Liam just shook his head, his small body shaking slightly. Kelly grew worried and hugged him, but he remained stiff in her arms. "Are you scared of Grandma, by any chance?" Kelly asked softly, trying to draw out his feelings. "No." Liam shook his head again, but tears welled up in his eyes. That night, Kelly decided to talk to Nathan. When they were alone in the bedroom, she began quietly, "Nathan, something's wrong with Liam. He seems troubled and never smiles anymore." Nathan lay on the bed, looking tired, but listened to Kelly's words. "All kids go through phases like that. Especially since Mom came, his environment has changed. But I don't think it's just the environmental change. Liam seems truly frightened," Kelly said with urgency. However, Nathan replied optimistically, "You're worrying too much, Kelly. Mom may be strict, but she's not a bad person. Liam will get used to it soon." Kelly couldn't feel reassured by Nathan's words, left alone with her anxieties. Her maternal instincts told her there was a serious problem. The next day, Liam's mood remained unchanged. At breakfast, he showed no appetite and merely picked at his bread. The moment Rachel entered the kitchen, Liam shrank back in fear. "Liam, are you ready for kindergarten?" Kelly asked calmly, but Liam just nodded silently. Later that day, Kelly brought up the subject to Nathan again. It was when he had come home from work and was relaxing in the living room. "Nathan, I want to talk about Liam again," Kelly said with a serious expression. "This again?" "I told you it's fine," Nathan responded irritably. "Liam really seems terrified of something. He's been acting strange ever since your mother came." Kelly's voice trembled. "Kelly, that's enough. Mom would never do anything bad to Liam," Nathan said sternly. "But as a mother, I sense it. Liam is afraid of something. And haven't you been a bit cold to him lately?" Kelly continued bravely. "That's not true. I'm just tired from work." "You're being too sensitive," Nathan insisted. Kelly left the living room and headed to the kitchen. She began thinking of ways to protect Liam on her own. If she couldn't get Nathan's cooperation, she would have to protect Liam herself. That night, Kelly stayed up late, searching the internet for solutions to domestic problems. Then, she had the idea to install hidden cameras. Maybe this way she could get some evidence. With determination, Kelly decided to take action right away. A few days later, Kelly purchased several hidden cameras and carefully installed them around the house, in the living room, kitchen, Liam's bedroom, checking the positions to ensure they were well hidden. After that, while going about her usual life, Kelly regularly checked that the cameras were recording properly. One evening, Liam returned home from kindergarten. He was even quieter than usual, giving short responses when Kelly spoke to him. She hugged him gently and reassured him, "It's okay, Mommy's here for you." "Aren't you afraid of Grandma, Mommy?" Liam asked in a small voice. "No, not at all. No matter what happens, Mommy will protect you," Kelly answered with a smile, but anxiety swirled in her chest. As Kelly was preparing dinner, Rachel entered the kitchen. While taking milk from the fridge, she said coldly to Kelly, "You're really bad at housework. Can't you even do such simple things satisfactorily?" "I'm sorry. I'll try harder." Kelly attempted to remain calm, but inside she felt irritated by Rachel's words. After dinner and putting Liam to bed, Kelly decided to check the footage from the hidden cameras. She sat on the living room sofa, opened her laptop, and played the videos. It felt strange to watch footage of her own home. As she fast-forwarded through hours of footage, a scene suddenly caught her eye. Rachel was yelling at Liam. Kelly felt as if her heart stopped for a moment. She rewound the video a bit to watch closely. "How many times do I have to tell you? You're such a bad child." Rachel's voice rang out. Liam cried, shrinking down, shaking in fear. "I'm sorry, Grandma." Liam's faint voice could be heard. Kelly was shocked. She never imagined her mother-in-law would treat Liam with such cruelty. Fast-forwarding the footage further, she saw Rachel warning Liam, "You must not tell anyone about your father, understand?" "What did Nathan do?" Kelly muttered, realizing there was something she still didn't know. Continuing to watch, she saw Rachel threatening, "If you tell your mom, she'll abandon you." Tears began to stream down Kelly's face. Learning how much pain Liam had endured, she blamed herself for not protecting him. At the same time, a strong resolve took root within her. She vowed in her heart to save Liam no matter what. That night, Kelly saved all the hidden camera footage as evidence. The next day, Kelly steeled herself to face the day. As she dropped Liam off at kindergarten and went about her housework, the footage from last night played in her mind. She felt she needed to gather more evidence to prove her mother-in-law's abuse. That afternoon, Kelly checked the hidden camera footage from the living room. Opening her laptop, she began playing the latest recording, but it only showed the quiet, empty living room. A few hours later, Liam returned home from kindergarten. Kelly hugged him and asked, "Welcome back, Liam. How was your day?" Liam quietly answered, "It was okay," but fatigue and fear flickered in his eyes. That night, Kelly returned to the living room to check the hidden camera footage again. She carefully played the video, checking that she hadn't missed anything as she fast-forwarded. Suddenly, another scene appeared of Rachel harshly berating Liam. Kelly's heart began pounding like a jackhammer. "Liam, you're truly useless. Can't you be a little smarter?" Rachel said coldly. Liam mumbled fearfully, "I'm sorry, Grandma." Rachel ignored him and continued her cruel words. "Don't you dare tell anyone that your father is with another woman. If you do, it'll be your fault for breaking up the family." "If that happens, you'll be thrown out of this house," Rachel threatened Liam. "I won't tell Mommy. I promise." Liam's voice trembled. Kelly was shocked. Nathan was having an affair. And Rachel was complicit in it, threatening Liam to hide Nathan's infidelity. A mix of anger and sadness washed over her. Overwhelmed by the revelation, she couldn't hold back her tears and quietly wept. However, Kelly quickly regained her composure. Though Nathan's betrayal saddened and frustrated her, she had to prioritize helping Liam now. She decided she must take action to prevent causing her young son any more suffering. She immediately began searching for a lawyer she could consult and started preparations to seek revenge against her husband and mother-in-law. "Liam, it's going to be okay now. Mommy will protect you no matter what," Kelly vowed silently in her heart. One evening, when Nathan returned home from work, Kelly was in the living room checking footage on her laptop. Hearing the sound of Nathan opening the door, Kelly paused the video and looked up. "I'm home, Kelly." "What are you doing?" Nathan asked. "Welcome back, Nathan." "Just doing some research," Kelly replied calmly, managing to get through the moment. After confirming Nathan had gone to his room, Kelly resumed playing the footage. It showed Nathan and Rachel talking in the living room. "Mom, aren't you being a little too hard on Liam?" Nathan said. "Nathan, that child needs a firm education. You can't coddle him," Rachel replied coldly. "But if you're too strict, it'll make Liam fearful." Nathan's voice held a hint of hesitation. "It's fine, Nathan. I'm taking good care of him. And I have to warn him to keep quiet about your affair." "I know. But Kelly is getting suspicious about the changes in Liam. What if she finds out?" Nathan's voice lowered. "It's your job to make sure she doesn't find out. Or should I expose everything?" Rachel smirked. "Stop it, Mom," Nathan sighed. "Fine, I won't say anything more about your methods." Watching that footage, Kelly felt her whole body tremble. Not only was Nathan having an affair, he was turning a blind eye to Rachel's threats against Liam. Fast-forwarding more, Kelly was shocked to see a scene of Nathan talking with his mistress in the living room. The young woman spoke intimately with Nathan. "I want to spend more time with you, Nathan," the mistress said coquettishly. "I know, but it's difficult right now." "Kelly and Liam are here," Nathan replied, looking troubled. "How long will this go on? Are you really thinking about us?" The mistress's voice held a note of impatience. "Of course I am. But I'm not ready yet," Nathan answered uneasily. The next day, Kelly went to meet with a lawyer. She brought the camera footage as evidence of Nathan and Rachel's conspiracy, as well as Nathan's affair. "This is an extremely serious situation. We need to take legal action immediately," the lawyer said with a solemn expression. "Yes, I'll do everything in my power to protect my son," Kelly replied, her voice filled with determination. After the consultation with the lawyer, Kelly returned home. She resolved to have a thorough talk with Liam that night. Kelly needed to reveal everything to protect him. Entering Liam's bedroom, she sat on the edge of his bed. "Liam, can we talk for a bit?" Kelly asked gently. Liam opened his eyes, looking a little surprised. "What is it, Mommy?" "It's okay, you don't have to be scared. Mommy just wants you to tell her some things." Kelly took Liam's hand and gave him a warm smile. "Okay," Liam replied, sounding a bit nervous. "Lately, has Grandma said or done anything to you?" "You can tell Mommy anything at all." Kelly's voice overflowed with maternal tenderness. Liam was silent for a moment, but soon began to speak in a small voice. "Grandma said not to tell anyone about Daddy. She said if I did, she'd throw me out of the house." Kelly felt her chest tighten. It pained her deeply to know Liam had suffered so much. "So that's what happened. You must have been so scared." With tears welling up, Liam whispered, "Yes, I was scared. Really scared." His voice trembled. "Thank you for telling Mommy. It's going to be all right, Liam. You don't have to be afraid of anything anymore. Mommy will protect you." Kelly hugged Liam tightly. The next morning, after dropping Liam off at kindergarten, Kelly called the lawyer. "My son told me everything. I cannot forgive my husband and mother-in-law," Kelly said firmly. "Understood. We will begin the lawsuit proceedings immediately." The lawyer's voice held conviction. Those words gave Kelly a sense of reassurance. She could now take the first step. Going forward, she cooperated with the lawyer, preparing the necessary documents and getting ready for the trial. Though the evidence was quite solid, Kelly decided to search the entire house in case there was any more proof of Nathan and Rachel's conversations or actions. Perhaps she could still find something that would serve as evidence. Kelly first entered Nathan's room. As she searched his desk and bookshelves, a notebook caught her eye. Opening it, she found it filled with Nathan's handwritten notes. They included schedules of secret meetings with his mistress and records of conversations with Rachel. This could be evidence. Kelly pocketed the notebook. The next day, Kelly promptly contacted the lawyer and handed over the notebook she found in Nathan's room. "This is a notebook I discovered in my husband's room. It contains records of his affair and conversations with my mother-in-law," Kelly explained. The lawyer reviewed the materials with a serious expression. "This is extremely compelling evidence. We're now fully prepared to go to trial," he replied. Kelly headed to the courthouse with the lawyer. The courtroom air was thick with tension. Kelly maintained her resolve. Following the lawyer's instructions, she submitted the evidence and formally initiated the lawsuit against Nathan and Rachel. "The battle to protect Liam begins now," Kelly vowed silently in her heart. She was prepared to give her all in the courtroom fight. That night, to heal Liam's heart, Kelly spent a peaceful time with him. She read him storybooks, played together, and did her best to help him feel even a little more at ease. "Mommy, I was scared for so long, but now I feel a bit better." Liam showed a small smile. "Liam, you're such a strong boy. Mommy will always be on your side." Kelly held his hand tightly. A few days later, As Kelly was quietly thinking about her plans while preparing dinner, Nathan returned home from work. He entered the living room looking tired, but upon seeing Kelly's face, he seemed to sense something was amiss. "Kelly, did something happen?" Nathan asked. At his question, Kelly made up her mind. Calming her emotions, she whispered inwardly, "The time to talk has finally come." "Yes, there's something I want to discuss," Kelly replied softly. Nathan sat on the living room sofa and waited for Kelly to settle beside him. Taking a deep breath, Kelly began to speak calmly. "Nathan, I know everything about what you and Rachel have been doing to Liam, and about your affair." Nathan's face instantly paled. "What are you talking about, Kelly?" "That's not." "I have all the evidence." Kelly took out her laptop and started playing the hidden camera footage. The video showed scenes of Rachel abusing Liam and of Nathan and Rachel threatening him. "This is the truth, isn't it, Nathan?" Kelly's voice was cold but filled with determination. Watching the footage, Nathan was at a loss for words. "Kelly, this is..." "Stop lying. I know everything you and Rachel did to Liam, and how you tried to destroy our family." Kelly stared at Nathan with fierce eyes. "Kelly, Nathan tried to force out words but was overwhelmed by Kelly's stern gaze. "Our marriage is over, Nathan. You'll have to take responsibility. And the same goes for Rachel," Kelly declared coolly. Unable to say anything, Nathan could only sit there. Kelly stood up, glanced at him, and returned to the kitchen. The next day, Kelly visited the law office and submitted the paperwork to formally proceed with the divorce. The lawyer explained, "This is a step forward. We've also obtained a temporary protection order for your son, so let's start preparing to move him to a safe place." "Thank you," Kelly said with heartfelt gratitude. After that, Kelly decided to take Liam and seek refuge at her parents' home. Her parents welcomed Kelly and Liam warmly and promised to support them with all their might. Kelly chose to take a few days of rest to prepare mentally and physically for the battles ahead. The time spent at her childhood home became a precious healing period for Kelly. She took Liam to the park and focused on playing to help him regain his smile. "Mommy, this is fun," Liam said happily. "It sure is, Liam. There's nothing to worry about here." Kelly held his hand and gazed at his reassured expression. On the day of the trial, Kelly headed to court feeling nervous but with strong determination. Together with the lawyer, she submitted the evidence and explained how inhumane Nathan and Rachel's actions had been. In the courtroom, the hidden camera footage and Nathan's notebook were presented as evidence, shocking the judge and spectators. As this evidence makes clear, Nathan had an affair and conspired with his mother Rachel to abuse and threaten Liam in order to hide his actions, Kelly's lawyer stated powerfully. The judge nodded deeply and said in a stern tone, "Such cruel acts cannot be tolerated. Especially involving a young child is a serious crime." Later, when Nathan took the witness stand, he couldn't make excuses and merely fell silent. His face was ashen, and fear and regret flickered in his eyes. "Do you understand how much pain your actions have caused others?" the judge asked calmly. "I understand. But Nathan tried to squeeze out words but was overwhelmed by the judge's severe gaze and lost his voice. No further excuses are necessary. There are legal consequences to your actions, the judge asserted. Next, the woman who was Nathan's mistress took the stand. Anxiety and fear were clearly visible on her face. "Do you have anything to say about your relationship with this man?" the lawyer asked. I just didn't know he had a family," she answered in a trembling voice. "But you continued the relationship even after learning he had a family, didn't you?" the lawyer pressed. "Yes. I just loved him." Tears spilled from her eyes. "Love is no excuse for hurting others," the judge said coldly. Finally, Rachel took the stand. She maintained a defiant attitude and began speaking calmly to the judge. "I was only trying to protect my family. My grandson needed discipline." Rachel made excuses. But the acts carried out under the guise of discipline were outright abuse. "Your actions can never be justified," the judge pointed out sternly. Unable to retort, Rachel fell silent. Her defiant attitude vanished, replaced by regret and fear on her face. With a solemn expression, the judge handed down the final verdict. "Nathan Miller, for the crimes of adultery and domestic abuse, I sentence you to 5 years in prison. Rachel Miller, for the crime of conspiring to abuse, I sentence you to 3 years in prison. And Sarah Smith, I order you to perform community service for destroying a family." Kelly wept, grateful that justice had been served. Beside her, the lawyer encouraged, "This isn't the end, but you've taken a big first step." After leaving the courtroom, Nathan stared at Kelly while being handcuffed. "Kelly, I'm really..." he mumbled, but Kelly looked back at him and declared, "It's too late, Nathan. What you did is unforgivable." Rachel remained defiant to the end. She shouted at Kelly, "You don't understand anything," but Kelly quietly said, "You'll now face the judgment of the law, that's all." Kelly returned to her parents' home and reunited with Liam. She hugged him tightly and gently whispered, "It's all over now. We can live in peace from now on." Burying his face in Kelly's chest, Liam replied in a relieved tone, "Welcome back, Mommy. Thank you for saving me." With tears in her eyes at Liam's words, Kelly conveyed, "You are so precious to Mommy. Let's start a new life together." Meanwhile, Nathan and Rachel were preparing to enter prison. Their lives had completely collapsed, and they now had to pay the price for their past actions. The court ordered Nathan and Rachel to pay a large sum in damages. Later, Kelly visited the prison with Liam. She felt this visit was necessary to give Liam courage to overcome his past fears. Entering the prison visiting room, Nathan and Rachel sat handcuffed. Their expressions no longer held the confidence or arrogance of the past, only regret and anguish. "Kelly." "Liam." Nathan mumbled. "We came to see you to let you know we're no longer afraid of you," Kelly said calmly. "Kelly, I'm truly sorry," Nathan said with tears in his eyes. "Those words won't heal Liam's wounds. But you continuing to reflect on your actions here will be our salvation," Kelly replied with a resolute attitude. Rachel said nothing, merely staring at Kelly and Liam. Deep regret flickered in her eyes, but Kelly didn't accept her gaze. Liam, let's go. Kelly took Liam's hand, preparing to leave the visiting room. Okay, Mommy, Liam nodded firmly. After Kelly and Liam left the room, Nathan and Rachel were left in deep silence, with nothing to do but reflect on their actions. Kelly began searching for a new place to live with Liam. Her top priority was finding a home where she and Liam could feel safe and secure. After visiting several real estate agencies, she finally found the ideal house. This home is in a quiet suburb and has a large yard for your son to play in. It's a safe neighborhood, the real estate agent explained. It really does seem like a place where we could live in peace. Please proceed with the contract, Kelly replied brightly. Once the move to the new house was complete, Kelly and Liam began their new life. Kelly organized the interior and created an environment where Liam could feel at ease. In their new surroundings, Kelly and Liam strove to overcome their past pain and move toward a new future. One evening, Kelly and Liam were playing in the yard. Liam picked up his new toy car and ran around gleefully. Mommy, look! My car is super fast, Liam said with a smile. Liam, you really do love cars. Seeing you smile like that makes me so happy, Kelly answered with a gentle smile. That night, as Kelly tucked Liam into bed, she whispered tenderly, "Let's keep living strongly, Liam. Mommy will always be by your side." In a sleepy voice, Liam replied, "Yes, Mommy. We'll always be together." Feeling a deep sense of relief at those words, Kelly renewed her determination to build a new future together with Liam.